The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. I know you've heard that one before, but is it true? Well, back here, this is 1913, and this is the streets of Swansea, Oxford Street. Now I'm going to show you in a minute just what this looks like now, but right here you can see that it says that there's no Carlton Cinema as yet, but as you can see for yourself, you can get some new teeth in this place right here. So if we fast forward then from 1913 to 1920, you can see exactly the same street. This is zoomed out, taken from a little bit further back. You can see this was the Empire Cinema that you can see, and this white building with the big towers behind that is the Carlton Cinema. And of course this one here, this is the cycle shop and the bakery. This here was the Worthington's pub, which you saw as well. There's all kinds of little businesses over here. Everywhere you look, there is affluence. There is people with money. There is people investing in the high street, making money, starting little small businesses, something that you just do not see anymore. What you do see now is this. Not an awful lot of affluence at all. So that old bakery is now completely empty. It's kind of like a derelict old building. This one, which was the bike shop, is mostly derelict, little tiny clothes shop in there. And then you've got the old Worthington's pub, which is now just a betting shop. They did have that nice massive Empire Cinema, which the council knocked down because they thought it was an eyesore, and instead they built an eyesore in its place. And next to that, you've got this building over here. So this was this building here, the Carlton Cinema in Swansea. And at the time, they say that it was built for £15,000, but is currently on the market to sell for £450,000. So at first glance, that seems like they've made a lot of money on that deal, right? But that isn't actually the case at all. You see, back in 1913, one of these right here was the British pound. So this is a gold sovereign, which is the British pound sterling. This amount of gold is the exact same weight as £1 of sterling. Oh, not the weight, but the value. I'm sorry. The value of this little piece of gold is the same value as a pound of sterling silver. And right now today, what was £1 is now £421. So then if we times the £15,000 from the British Empire by the current value of the pound, 421, you can see it's £6.3 million. So right now we are selling the former Carlton Cinema building, which cost £6.3 million to build, for just less than, well, £500,000. That's a big decline. Why? Because people do not have the money to buy it. They do not have the money to build beautiful, extravagant buildings like this anymore. Instead, they just build the terrible looking pound stretcher or Poundland as it is right now today instead. So why all of this decline, and how can you actually stop this, particularly if you're young, and not go down the same path of just getting poorer and poorer and poorer generation by generation? Where is all the money going? 1799 is the year that income tax actually came about. Back then, it came out that people earning over £200 per year were taxed at 10%, while others between £60 to £200 per annum were taxed at a graduated rate up to the 10%. Of course, we know that the British pound today is actually worth 421 of our modern, useless, worthless pounds. So if we times 60, which seems absolutely ridiculous to just earn £60 per year, but actually that's £25,000 in today's terms. So that means that you do not pay tax on any income under 25,000. Well, right now here in the UK, that limit is actually 12,500, so half what it used to be. So there's a lot more people paying a lot more tax today, particularly because back then they was only paying 10%, and today we're paying anywhere from 20 to 50% on income tax. Now, don't worry, as I said, there are ways that we can reduce that. We're going to look at that in just a moment, but first of all, you need to understand a little bit more. You see, right here, it says that he managed to increase the amount of tax revenue coming in for the government from 12 million up to 18 million back in 1792. So how much was that? Well, 18.6 million times the £421, which the old pound is worth today, is 7.8 billion. Okay, 7.8 billion pounds. But today, according to the latest figures, this was published on the 12th of January 2024, okay, we can see that the 2022 to 23 figures for the amount of income coming in was 1,027 billion. 1,000 billion. So do you now see the staggering amount of taxation which us, the British people, have been dealing with over the last 100 years? We've gone from paying just sort of 7-8 billion in taxes per year up to now over 1,000 billion in taxes. The problem here is that the government over the years has really educated people into believing that what they need to do is earn more money through earned employment. Now, this is obviously a bit of a conflict of interest as far as the government's concerned, because the tax from earned income is where the government get the majority of their money. So obviously they want you to get the majority of your money from earned income because that's what they tax the most. That's where they make the most of their money. Check it out. So we've got 1,027 billion here coming in taxes. And as we go down to see how much, basically what makes that is the majority is coming in form of income tax. So not corporation tax, that's all the way down there. You got national insurance contributions, you got VAT, but income tax is really the big money spinner for the government. And of course, this is why you always see the government wanting to push up the amount of minimum wage. So it sounds like it's a really good thing for us, the people, that they're pushing up the minimum national wage. But unfortunately, what it means is a big pay rise for them, because that means that they get loads more in taxes. So I myself, I haven't actually worked since about 2008 in a proper job. I used to be in the British Army, and I came out of that and I got into investments and business and this type of stuff. Now, after going to university to become a web developer, I then started my own business as a self-employed handyman contractor guy, and this was it, odd job man. Okay, and we done really well with this odd job man business, so much so that in 2017 we went across the world to Australia and the Philippines for about 3 months, where I fell in love with Bitcoin because I was looking for an international currency. Bored of going from country to country, having to change your money all the time. I wanted something new. I wanted Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin has gone up quite a lot over the years. So we've done tremendously well with that. Now, I'm not saying that you need to buy Bitcoin. Quite the opposite. The big problem that I've seen with that is it's purely capital gains. Okay, so it goes up once every 4 years, and then the other 3 years you're struggling for finding some cash down the back of the sofa, because you only really earn money once every 4 years. So it's a little bit ridiculous. The answer really to all of this is to get the bulk of your income from corporation tax, or basically from owning your own business, where you're taking that money out in dividends. Now, it doesn't matter if you own the company yourself. You might be a nurse, a doctor, a solicitor, someone that just loves the job that they do. You want to continue doing that, and that's absolutely fine. Invest in companies. But for the majority, that's pretty slow going, and you'd have to invest a lot of money over the years. And there's ways to speed that process up, of course, and we can go into that in future videos. But right now, I just want to talk about a way that you can do it right now that anybody can do. So at the end of last year, I decided that I wanted cash flow myself rather than just relying on this 4-yearly crypto spike. So I decided to maybe look at franchising my old odd job man business. And what I found is that it's actually really difficult to find people with the skill set to do the sorts of things that I could do. That wouldn't work. So what we came up with instead was home cleaning, something that absolutely anybody can do. And this means that you can scale it really fast and make an awful lot of money, because it's something that a lot of people need. A lot of people need and want to pay for somebody else to come and clean their home, because it's just generally a bit of a time waster. And for me, I know that I've certainly, once you've got a bit of money, you're a lot more willing to just pay whatever it is that you need to pay to get somebody to do the jobs that you don't want to do. And it doesn't matter necessarily what the price is. What matters is that they're going to do a good job. And literally in the last month alone, we've come up with all of the websites for all of the franchisees for every single constituency area in the UK, and also every single county in the United States of America as well. So we're here in the UK and also in America. Now people can just go through here and they can sign up and buy whatever it is online. Everything just gets totaled up over here on the side. It's all automated. You don't really have to do very much yourself other than just do the cleaning, because all the business systems are automated. So if you do feel that maybe this could be of interest to you and you want to find out a little bit more, then all you need to do is head over here to Find Your Region, because we want to know about you and get you started as quick as possible, because you're going to save a lot of money and obviously make a lot more money the sooner you can get started. So over here then, you'll be able to just type in your region. Say that could be something like Daventry, for instance, okay, and type in your name, email address, and then you'll go over to a survey, fill out 20 real simple questions, and then we'll be in touch to let you know exactly where to go next. Now, if you find out that Daventry, for instance, isn't actually available, you can just come here to the constituency map, click on there, and basically every single parliamentary constituency in the UK is available. So you could just say if you was here in Telford, for instance, you could just basically check some of the surrounding areas instead to see if those are available. And here's the best part, okay? So normally we'd be selling super cheap, because we want to really open this up to as many people as possible. The sort of price that you could just stick on a credit card and pay for, no problem at all. Now there's 650 parliamentary constituencies all over the UK. Probably we're not going to get a franchisee in all of them, because some are a little bit remote, like up in Scotland or Northern Ireland. Okay, but we're going for $9.97 as the absolute super cheap price. Most of the time, you're going to see franchises like this going for around the sort of £10,000 mark, but we're super cheap because we don't see the point in charging too much money. However, if you're within the first 100, you will be getting a discount. That discount actually goes up by £10 every single franchise which is sold. So the faster you get in, the more of a discount that you get. Right now, when I'm actually making this video, okay, so the next one is getting a £937 discount. So they're going to be buying their franchise for just £59, okay? They're going to own their whole franchise region. With each of those franchise regions, you're going to have about 70 to 90,000 households within each of those constituency areas, of which you can easily get about 200 customers. Okay, and with that you'll be earning in excess of £50,000 per year. That'll be coming in. You're not doing the cleaning, okay? You hire cleaners. Just like if you were to buy a McDonald's franchise, you're going to hire workers. You're not there flipping burgers yourself as the franchisee. Exactly the same here with the franchisee for the cleaning business. Okay, we're not looking for people that want to be cleaners. We're looking for people that want to be business owners and hire other people to do the cleaning. So anyway, that's it. Do have a look. If you're interested, get in touch, fill in the form, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. That's it for now. I'll see you again in the next video.